Is The Suicide Squad the best DC movie so far? Will What If be the best Marvel series? And could Rockstar Games actually be making GTA remasters? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus. And today, we've got a lot of great news to talk about. A lot of stuff coming from Marvel, some stuff coming from DC, probably a little bit about Star Wars, the usual, you know what I'm talking about. First off, I just want to go ahead and give y'all a little bit behind the scenes look on this episode is that I am actually recording this through the new microphone that I told y'all about 2 weeks ago, but I'm recording this through my computer for the first time ever. Yes, I've actually recorded it through my phone almost pretty much every episode. Well, actually every episode before this. But I decided to try this out on my computer. That way I can be able to look at stuff on my phone. And that way the computer will do all the work for me. And so I've got like 5,000 cords all around me. And so far so good, you know what I'm saying? So I love this microphone, by the way. It's really great. I've used it a total of like 2 episodes so far, but it's still good. I still enjoy it, you know. So with that out of the way, just wanted to go ahead and tell y'all that. Let's go ahead and get into some news. First up, we have to talk about everybody's favorite subject. No, it's not Marvel. No, it's not Star Wars. No, it's not DC. It is actually about food. Believe it or not, I've got a food topic today because this first topic that I've got is, let me read this off, actually, an article that I saw from IGN, yes, which is, I think it stands for Inside Gaming News. They've been around for a while. They're usually one of my main sources to get news, whether it be about Marvel, DC, or any they mainly did video games back in the day, but now they do like the big fandom type stuff of like Marvel and DC and Star Wars. And really they just do like overall news that isn't political is what they do. Like they're not like Fox or CNN or anybody like that. But what they talked about today, or this was actually a couple of days ago, is that Taco Bell, everybody's favorite fast food restaurant, Taco Bell. So apparently what Taco Bell is deciding to do, just cutting to the chase right to it, is that this article, let me read you this article real quick. It's a very short paragraph. Taco Bell's Restaurant of the Future will be 3,000 square feet, 2 stories, and feature 4 drive-through lanes. Taco Bell boasts a gravity-defying food delivery experience where customers can pre-order and prepay. And it's a picture of what they hope that it will look like. I actually like it, and I love the idea of 2-story fast food restaurants. But the way this looks is that it's very, like when I say futuristic, it's futuristic. You know what I'm saying? Because what it's doing is that, I'm trying to look at this picture, because it's not like a real picture of a real building. Like this is just a drawn up, like architecture style picture of it. Is that what they hope to look like? Apparently, with the 4-lane drive-thrus, 4 drive-through lanes, which I don't even see 4 drive-through lanes. I see 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a 4th one on that side. So what they're doing, or plan on doing, which, oh, okay. I'm looking at it. I'm just now discovering some of this of what it's in the picture. Let me just break it down, this picture for you, that it's 2 stories. First off, the second floor is where you eat inside. The bottom floor, it kind of looks like when you go to like the bank and they have those drive-thrus with the tubes and it comes down, and you put your check or your money, or they put something in there for you and then you put it back in. That's kind of what it looks like, which I guess that's how they put their like, because I've had that idea before where like if you wanted a drive-through that you didn't want people to actually work at the drive-through to give you your food, why don't you try and kind of somehow make it like those air tubes that they have at the bank? And of course there's problems with that. Of course the food blowing out everywhere in the tube and while you're trying to get your gordita crunch or whatever, or your quesarito. But what this is saying is that the bottom floor is drive-throughs, that there's 4 separate lanes, and then the pillars in the middle between the lanes is what holding up the second floor, and the second floor is the actual inside dine-in restaurant fast food area. And if you want to go there, of course, there's windows and you'll be able to look out. There's actually a Taco Bell close to the college, ULM, that I attend. Of course, I'm an only online student, but still there is a Taco Bell within walking distance. Like, it's the closest fast food restaurant to the college that's not a part of it. That's not a part of the college, And I see people walk there, bike there. But if they put this there, I've said this to one of my friends, is that this Taco Bell is definitely going to look out of place. Because the city of Monroe that I live next to is not the most futuristic looking city. Like, this isn't like a New York or an LA or something like that. Or it's sure heck of a not a Dubai. Like, this is Monroe, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to look out of place, but I think it's going to the right direction. That if they start putting these, they're definitely going to put these into like the big cities, the more populated areas, and where they get the most service. Like, what state in the United States is Taco Bell eating the most of any other state? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good statistic to look up. That is it Maine? Is it North Dakota? Is it Louisiana? Maybe? Is it Texas? Is it Florida? Like, what state in the U.S. eats the most Taco Bell out of the other 49 states? So, it says gravity defying food delivery. That's what I'm thinking. That right there, and they put gravity defying in quotes, and that's what makes it believe that it's got to be like the bank. Like, that's the only thing I can describe it to, is whenever those tubes come down through the little, I don't even know what they're called. The tube is the actual thing that it comes down through, but like the little like container that they give you that looks kind of like a big mug or something, those tightly sealed containers that they always have a pin, but people always steal them. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that. And then sometimes they'll give you like a peppermint or like a piece of Hubble Bubble gum or something other. And no, that wasn't it. It was some other type of gum, but it's like pink gum, it was in a wrapper that was like yellow, white, and blue. I don't remember what brand or what kind of gum it was, but it was pretty good. And unless you were getting it like in the winter, and for some reason it was like rock hard, like eating rock candy, and then it turns into a gum. So that's what I can only relate Taco Bell is trying to do here, is gravity defying food delivery with pre-order and prepay. That's actually on the app. Like, isn't that what an app is? You pre-order the food and I prepay. Like, whenever I have the Taco Bell app, which I haven't gone to Taco Bell in like a year. I don't think I've gotten Taco Bell since the pandemic started, which is March of 2020. Because once I started doing online school at home, there wasn't a reason for me to leave. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like, one, I cook a little bit for myself. My parents mainly are the cooks. And then I have restaurants in my town, my hometown, that I eat at frequently, as in Sonic, of course, Popeyes, Subway, Wendy's, Waffle House, McDonald's. We have a pizza place called Johnny's. We have a pizza place called Fox's. We have 2 different Mexican restaurants, and that's about it. There's a seafood restaurant that I haven't gone to in a while either. I usually only go there with friends if they want to go there, but it's not my choice. But you know what I'm saying. But like, I don't have a Taco Bell in my town, and that's the closest Taco Bell is the one by the college. And once I did all the schoolwork at home and I just have the places to eat in my town, unless I'm specifically going to the college, I might get Taco Bell. But if the college is open, like if it's in the summer, but if the college is open and I'm like in the college, like actually in the buildings, I'm going to like get food from the sub area, which is where they have a Subway, a Chick-fil-A, what's the burger place? Burger Works, Grill Works. That's it. And they have Einstein Bros. Is that it? I think that's what that place is called, the bagel place. But like, what I'm saying is that I haven't been to Taco Bell in over a year, I'm pretty sure. And I think the last time I did was whenever they first started doing the Xbox Sweepstakes for the newest Xbox, the Series X and S. And Taco Bell's always been like I feel like Taco Bell's like a lifetime partner with Microsoft with the Xbox, because I feel like every time you turn around, they're always doing a sweepstakes for do this to get a free Xbox. Put in your code from your $5 box and you might win an Xbox. Or it's on the cup if you get a certain size. If you get a large, it's on a cup, you know. Or if you go and you get this code, you will be entered into a sweepstake to get the Xbox Game Pass for a year, like that kind of stuff, you know. But with all of that said, I'm perfectly down for Taco Bell and any fast food restaurant to go more futuristic, because like, I'll take Sonic, for example, because I love Sonic. Sonic Drive-In has, in my town anyway, and frequently to me, I love the food. I love the drinks. The people who work there are usually nice to me. Some of them even know my name and the truck I drive, but that doesn't matter. They probably know my social security number too. But they probably don't even know my middle name, to be honest. They know everything else about me, but except my middle name, because that's everybody that knows me. Anyway, Sonic has always been kind of the same, to where it's just a drive-in. Like, some Sonics have drive-thrus. There's one over in Delhi, Louisiana, that has a drive-thru, which is on the side of the building. I've been to one there. Whenever I took a trip down to Corpus Christi, there was a Sonic there that had a drive-thru that I went through. And of course, every Sonic has the drive-ins where you park and you order and then they'll bring their food out to you. There's not many Sonics that are walk-ins. There's one down in Baton Rouge that I know of that I have not been in. I've never been inside of a walk-in Sonic, and I know that like bigger cities have them, because you have to realize how much like money you think you'll make compared to just staying with drive-ins. Like, the one in my town is solely drive-in. It's not a walk-in. There's no drive-through. It's just drive-in on both sides, and that's it. There's a bathroom that's normally locked. They redid the bathroom, though. I do remember that. They redid it like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's actually kind of nice. It's like, it's nicer. It's a heck of a lot nicer than a gas station bathroom. Like, yeah, like, it's better than that, and better than most truck stop bathrooms I've been in too, because I've been in a lot of bathrooms. Okay, I got to use the bathroom a lot. But I just wanted to mention that, is that Taco Bell looks like they're going. If you want to look this up, just look up Taco Bell future restaurant. Just Google that, and you'll probably see it. There's definitely other articles that have been written about this, but I saw that, and then I looked it up to make sure it was like true, and it is apparently that they're looking to do that. And if they're going to do it to the one, because there's actually 2 in Monroe. There's one on the north side, one on the south side, and I feel like they'll do it. One by the college will be the first one, and then there's one over, jump the river, go over to West Monroe. There's one over there, and it's on like the busiest road ever. Like, that's pure, like, the road it's on is a road called Thomas Road, and it's right off the interstate, and it's got, I mean, there are 2 Chick-fil-A's there, there's 2 Waffle Houses, there's a Popeyes, there's a Cane's, there's a Subway, a KFC's right off the road there's a hospital, and a Taco Bell. Like, what more could you ask for? And then there's a Walmart on the other side of the street. And then you go back you go turn left, and then you turn on another road around a curve, and then you're at the theater. So, and then there used to be a Hooters across the interstate, but it closed. And Academy's over there too with Buffalo Wild Wings. So yeah, you really like. I think they'll do it to at least one of them. There's like 3. Well, there's a 4th one, but it's way out there in like nowhere town. But I think they should do it. I will very much like it, and of course, if I do it, I'll review it here. So. Yeah, so that's it with Taco Bell. So if you like Taco Bell, you can just go eat some Taco Bell, I guess, and wait on the 2-story Taco Bells to be built. So go into a little bit of gaming news real quick that you heard in the intro of this episode. It is heavily rumored that the gaming production company Rockstar Games, of course, they are known to be they have made all of the Grand Theft Auto series, and they have also made the Red Dead series. Of course, Red Dead Revolver and the 2 Red Dead Redemption games. And of course, they've made every single GTA game, as in Grand Theft Auto. Of course, everybody knows that Grand Theft Auto 5, the last one that came out like 100 years ago, it was actually like 7 or 8, I think. That game is, of course, the biggest game, one of, if not the biggest games ever made, as in it's huge. Like, everybody knows about GTA 5. And with all that, and then that game came out, and then like, I think it was 3 years ago, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and I played completely through that. It's such a big game. Like, it's huge, like the map's huge, and it took forever. I mean, I think it took me like a month to beat that game, and normally I can beat games faster than that. But with all of that, they were wondering, well, are they going to make a Red Dead 3? Since they're kind of like alternating now between GTA one time, and then a couple years later Red Dead, and then a couple more years later they'll do another GTA. Everybody's waiting on Grand Theft Auto 6, which is the next in the series, unless they do Grand Theft Auto and some other name. But with all of that, it is now heavily rumored that Grand Theft Auto will be doing remasters of their old games, that Rockstar could be remastering GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and GTA San Andreas, which those 3, I'm pretty sure, like, redefined an era in video game history, because I actually have played all 3 of those. Not all the way through. I never finished any of them. I'm trying to think. I've played, believe it or not, I played Vice City on the PSP, the PlayStation Portable, which is supposed to be like PlayStation's rival with the Nintendo DS. 3 I played a lot of, and San Andreas. But Vice City, I think, was the least amount compared to all of them. Apparently what they're doing, and these games came out on PlayStation 2, is like, that tells you the time. Like, all 3 of these came out on the PlayStation 2. And weirdly enough, GTA 4 actually came out on PlayStation 3, and then GTA 5 came out on PlayStation 3, and now it's here for 4, and now it's here for 5. So, the PS3, 4, and 5. And, I mean, if I had to choose between, would I rather have a GTA 6 or a remaster of 3 GTA games? Right now, I'd probably pick the remaster, because I feel like they definitely need another maybe 3 or 4 years to work on GTA 6, and giving us 3 old school GTA games, but in a remastered way, because these games are such, like, you look at them and that's such a PS2 game, because the way it was, the polygons, the way it looks. Like, it looked cool back in 2005, but we're in 2021 where it doesn't look good anymore. Like, I mean, it looked good for its time, and it looks like, oh, that's a classic game. But if they can make it have the visuals and the effects that, like, modern day games have, like that of GTA 5, that would be amazing if they can make all 3 of those games good like that. And I mean, I'll play them. I'll play the heck out of those games, because that sounds like fun to me, because I never finished them. So it's like, I never really know. I don't know what the entire story is of those games. So that's about it, really. Is that it's just rumored that they're going to do that. Instead of putting out a new one, they're going to remaster the 3 old school ones, as in Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which are like, they're still regarded as 3 of the best PlayStation 2 games ever. So if they do that, I'm perfectly down for it. But if they don't, I hope for GTA 6, and then in another 10 years, we'll probably get Red Dead 3 or Red Dead something else. So yeah. So hopping over to DC a little bit, let's talk about DC for a short amount of time, of course. So the DC Fandom, of course, this happened, I think it was last year. It was an all virtual event. It'll definitely be virtual this year too. The DC Fandom will take place on October the 16th, which is the event that they announce DC movies, DC comics, and more series coming to TV and HBO Max. And that's about it, really. There's not much I'm looking forward to there. I mean, I'm looking forward to stuff, but it's like I don't know what's going to be said. That's why I'm saying that. It's like, what are they actually going to talk about, you know? So, yeah, October 16th is DC Fandom. Also, on the Disney side, Disney Plus Day is on November the 12th. That's when they will be talking about their new movies and series coming to Disney Plus. Like, they have a day specifically for that. What I'm looking for out of that is, of course, the Disney Plus Marvel series and the Star Wars series, and if they ever decide to actually put a movie just on Disney Plus. I think they're going to do that with an animated movie. Like, some of their animated movies, they're going to start making more of them. Like, they might put a Pixar movie on Disney Plus, solely on Disney Plus, not even in theaters. And I'm fine with that. I mean, I might watch it. I don't know. So, yeah. DC Fandom was October 16th, and Disney Plus Day is November the 12th. So there you go. Also, I'd like to just, this was completely random. So in the Suicide Squad, I watched it. It was really good. I'll go ahead and say that the Suicide Squad was definitely better than the first Suicide Squad. This one I loved a lot. It was rated R. I mean, this is a movie and cast of characters that definitely deserve an R-rated movie. Harley Quinn especially. Idris Elba as Bloodsport was amazing. I really enjoyed his character. Polka Dot Man was good. I mean, King Shark was like the heart of this movie. So was Ratcatcher 2. She was really good. If you haven't seen the movie, it's pretty good. I'm probably not going to review it. I mean, I'll give it a review. I mean, it's like 8 out of 10 for me, honestly, because I'll even say like 8 or 9 out of 10, like somewhere like 8.5 out of 10, honestly. I mean, it could have been better some parts. And some parts I was like, what? Wait, what? You know, like, I mean, it's close to a 9 out of 10 for me, though. But I still enjoyed it. And if you haven't watched it, I don't know if it's off HBO Max yet. It's definitely in theaters still, but you should check it out if you want to. So yeah. Idris Elba. This is what I want to talk about real quick. Is that Idris Elba? Of course, his character was Bloodsport, and the Suicide Squad. He also played the character Heimdall in the Marvel universe with Thor. You know, he had the big sword. He worked in Asgard. Apparently, Idris Elba has been cast as the voice of Knuckles, the Echidna, in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So like, I like Knuckles. If you don't know who Knuckles is, he's the red one with spikes on his knuckles, on his hand, you know. And to be honest, when I was a kid playing like the old school Sonic the Hedgehog games, Knuckles was my favorite character. I really liked him. I mean, he was cool, and also red is my favorite color, so I liked him because he was red. I think Tails is going to show up as well. Was Tails at the end? Yeah. I watched Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, like a couple months ago, so I'm trying to remember. I think it's thundering outside. It might rain. So if you hear thunder or rain, it's because it's raining outside. Maybe. It's about to, I think. So Idris Elba is going to play Knuckles. I don't really have anything else to say about that because, I mean, cool, sure. I mean, Idris Elba is a great actor as it is, and him playing the character Knuckles is just funny to me for some reason. And I look forward to seeing what's going to happen. So I watched the first Sonic movie. It was really good. Jim Carrey made that movie as Dr. Eggman. And we'll see what happens. So, yeah. So, Idris Elba is Knuckles in Sonic 2. Also, let's go ahead on to the HBO Max side of things. Is that Dune the movie Dune with a cast of people. It is like loaded with actors and actresses in that movie. It's got Zendaya, it's got Jason Momoa, it's got Timothy Chalamet, I think is how you pronounce his name. It's got Josh Brolin. It's got so many other people. The movie Dune premieres October the 22nd in theaters and on HBO Max for the 30-day deal. So it'll be on HBO Max starting October 22nd and will end on November 22nd, I imagine. And it will also be in theaters starting on that day. So if you want to go watch it, I'm probably going to watch it on HBO Max since we have HBO Max. I mean, there's not really any point in seeing it in theaters if you have HBO Max. The 30-day thing, and I think they're going to end it this year. I'm pretty sure they're going to end it like in December. So Dune, October 22nd in theaters and on HBO Max. I'll check it out and I'll let y'all how it is in October. So yeah. The What If Marvel series over on Disney Plus premiered last week with its first episode being What If Peggy Carter turned into Captain Carter by using the super soldier serum. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers away of what actually happens in the episodes. Of course, last week was episode 1, and this is being recorded on Thursday, so I have already watched episode 2. I watched it yesterday. There's a new episode every Wednesday at like 2 in the morning or something like that, because I think it premieres like midnight Western time. Like midnight in California, I think is when it premieres. Or Eastern. I'm not really entirely sure. I wait and watch it until I eat lunch on Wednesday. The first one was really good. I liked it. The second one was way better, to be honest, because when you say, and it's weird because they changed one decision in the first movie and it changed the entirety of the future. Like her not going up to the booth and then her actually staying down there, and then she gets the super soldier serum, and then you can watch what happens after that. And then like the second episode was what if T'Challa was Star-Lord, which is Black Panther. He's T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman, the late Chadwick Boseman. And of course they had a little bit of a tribute at the end of the second episode, which was a little pulling at your heartstrings, of course, because Chadwick was such a great guy. I didn't even know the guy personally, but apparently he was so good. So such a good person, you know. And it's going to be 9 episodes, the What If series. Next week is episode 3. And all I know about it, because they've revealed like the title of each episode, the next episode is going to be about Loki. So make sure you tune in on every Wednesday for the next couple of weeks. I don't know when the last episode is going to be. The 9th last episode will end on October the 6th. And I will review the entire series when it ends, and I'll actually pick my favorite episode because each episode's different. So you're able to actually say which episode is your favorite. Like you can say like, oh, my favorite episode of Loki was episode 5 or 6 or whatever, you know. But with this, each episode is its own story because it's its own what if scenario. So you can say you have a favorite episode because each one's different. You know what I'm saying? But I really like the first 2 episodes so far. I'm anticipating episode 3. Of course, one episode, I think it's like episode 7 or 8, is going to be zombies, which is definitely going to be cool to see what if there is a zombie apocalypse in the Marvel universe. So that'll be very interesting to see what happens there. And to see what going forth. Of course, a season 2 is already confirmed to have 9 episodes as well, and will probably premiere at the same time next year. So yeah, and it'll probably be about, I don't think, it's not going to be about the same thing. There might be like one episode that has a part 2 of what happened in season 1, but they're all going to be pretty much different. All you got to do is just change one scenario in one of the movies, and then you have a completely different reality in the future. Like, just change a person, like with T'Challa. Instead of Peter Quill, which is Chris Pratt, you change it to Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, and you have a whole completely different future. that you got to watch to see what actually happens in the second episode. So go ahead and watch both the first and the second episode. It's really cool, and I like it. So, and hopefully, I've heard this is that I would love to have a what if series of Star Wars. That would be pretty cool to watch. Because I mean, it's Disney. They own both Marvel and Star Wars now. And if they had a what if series for Star Wars, you could have like, what if Padme didn't die of sadness? What if Anakin didn't turn to the dark side? And if he didn't turn to the dark side, he wouldn't turn to Darth Vader. They would have killed the Emperor, and there would be no Empire, would have never began. So it would have gone all the way up to episode 3, and then nothing else would have happened after that because there would be no galactic war. I mean, there'd probably be a war or something. Somebody would have turned evil, I feel like, but it would have been completely different than what we got with the movies. So, yeah. Also, with Marvel, Shang Chi will premiere, of course, September the 3rd. I'm looking to make sure that is correct. That is why I've gone silent, because I want to make sure I am not lying. Where did that picture go? Here it is. Shang-Chi will premiere September the 3rd in theaters, only in theaters. And I will go ahead and say this. Shang-Chi will only be in theaters for 45 days. It will only be in theaters for exactly 1.5 months. 45 days to the day. I don't know what actually that day actually is. It will probably be towards the end of October, I imagine. Yeah, towards the end of October. But yeah, it will not be on as of right now. I mean, they can change it any day if they want to, or if there's like a massive surge of COVID or something other. But as of right now, Shang-Chi will only be in theaters for 45 days. And then after that, it'll probably go to like DVD and Disney Plus and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Like I said, I watched The Suicide Squad. It was really good. I enjoyed it. You should definitely go check it out if it's still on HBO Max, or if you want to go see it in theaters. Also, going to Star Wars a little bit, The Bad Batch. So The Bad Batch ended last week with their last episode, which was their 16th episode. Surprisingly, I thought it was very good. To go ahead and let y'all know how I thought about it. There was a new episode every Friday. If you haven't watched it yet, it's really good. Each episode's about 30 minutes. I think the first episode's like an hour. There's 16 of them, which was a lot. But I really enjoyed it because it was Star Wars, and they confirmed that season 2 will be coming out next year. The series finale was kind of slow. There were their fast parts because they were trying to get out from the flood and all that. But as a whole, the finale was like not as appealing as I thought it should be. But I mean, it still leaves open discussion of what's going to happen in season 2 between the Bad Batch and Crosshairs and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. On season 2, I really enjoyed the Bad Batch as a whole, but I don't know. The last episode was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully it gets better. I mean, it's gonna get better, and it's gonna be good, and because it's the Bad Batch and it's Star Wars. So let's be real here. So yeah. So let's get down to some business right now. So. Usually every other week, there is a story posted on the Toddcast Instagram page, which you can go follow at _Toddcast_. And that story is usually asking for your questions, as the listeners. And also, you can go on YouTube, which the link will be down below in the description of this podcast episode. Whichever podcast provider that you're watching, or not watching, whichever one you're listening to. There is usually a description down below telling about some of the stuff that I am talking about on this episode. Also, there's a link down below saying the YouTube link is what it is. That you can go subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can listen to these on YouTube every Monday, 2 days after they release on Saturday. They are released on Monday. And down in the comment section of the episodes, you can comment your question that you would like to do. Also comment any drink or candy that you would like for me to review on a future episode. So there you go. And with that being said, I have got 2 questions right here in front of me. So let's go ahead and get down into these questions. So, first question we got is a would you rather question. I love would you rather questions, if you didn't know. Would you rather wear the same socks for a month or the same underwear for 1 week? That's a good question, because when you think about it, like if it's my normal everyday life, I don't wear socks if I'm at home. I'm just barefoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in my own home, why should I wear socks? Ooh, you hear that thunder? Now, underwear, of course, you wear, like, all the time. You could be one of those people that doesn't wear underwear when they sleep. That's totally your opinion, you know what I'm saying? But I wear underwear, like, 24/7, unless I'm in the shower or something. No, I wear underwear in the shower. No, I don't. But if I'm, like, using my normal everyday life, I could probably wear the same socks for a month, because you're wearing underwear 24/7 for a week. Now, I know 7 days is less than 30, but if you're like me, where you don't wear socks, I'm at home most of my day, like 80% of the, or honestly, like 90% of the day, I'm at home. Like, the only time I'm not at home is whenever I go get food, and whenever I go to the gym, or every other week whenever I go interview somebody, I have to leave my house. Like, yeah. And if I go outside and walk around or whatever, I'll put socks and some shoes on or whatever. But if I'm, like, in the house, I don't have to wear socks. Like, when you think about it, I'll be wearing socks, like, at least 1 to 2 hours a day for 30 days would be anywhere between 30 to 60 hours. And wearing your underwear, the same pair, 24/7, that's 24 hours times 7, that's 168 hours. So you want to wear underwear for 168 hours, or do you want to be able to take your socks off? Now, there is a question of that, do I have to wear it constantly? As in, do I have to wear socks and never take them off for 30 days? Or do I wear one pair of underwear and never be able to take it off for a week? Now, that would suck, one, because that means you'd have to shower in the same pair of underwear for 7 days and not take them off to dry them, not take them off to when you get in the shower. You got to wear them things. You got to somehow dry them while you're still wearing them. Like, they just become rotted. And then the same thing of that, all right, I'm going to get in the shower. I don't know why I keep comparing this to the shower for some reason. But you get in the shower with this pair of socks, 30 days. Like, I shower like once, sometimes rarely twice a day. But still, even if you do shower just once a day, that's 30 times your socks are going to get wet. And then you got to sleep in socks, which I don't do. I've never been able to sleep with socks on. Like, because my feet sweat. Like, I got some burning up feet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got warm feet. And then, like, with underwear, I do wear underwear when I sleep. I don't sleep just naked. And the same pair of underwear is going to be stanky. Whichever one you decide you pick, you got to throw them suckers away afterwards, whether you wear a pair of underwear for a week, and there's definitely people who've done that, and then wear the same pair of socks. Now, if it's the first scenario that I said that I'm able to take them off, like, and do my normal everyday thing, it's just every time I want to go somewhere, I got to put on the same pair of socks. I would do that. I would rather do the socks than the underwear, in my opinion. But if I'm wearing them 24/7, I feel like I'd still pick the socks because, God, and your ankles would have those marks, that where the sock that you pull up on, that's like the thinner part that goes around your ankle would have those marks on there for like a day or two, because if you're wearing them for a month, good Lord. So yeah, I picked socks for a month to answer that question. And thank y'all for these questions, by the way. Second question we got. It's getting pretty bad out there. Raining pretty hard. So anyway, second question is also a would you rather question. Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or be the lead actor in a box office bomb? That's a great question. Easily answered. I would rather be the extra in the Oscar-winning movie, because if you're in a terrible movie and you're the lead actor, some of that blame gets put on you. If you didn't know that, when you think about it, most of that blame, not most of it, most of it goes to the director and the production company. Like if it goes to the director and Disney or Warner Brothers or whatever, But being the lead actor, you're still going to get some heat for that. Like, they're like, man, you were in that movie. Man, that movie sucked. Like, but being like an extra in like Wolf of Wall Street, or it's another Oscar, or like The Godfather or something, being able to have that on your resume pushes you further. Like, it would benefit me more if I was just an extra in a movie that won a bunch of awards than me being the lead actor in a movie that won no awards and that didn't even break, and probably barely or may not even broke even in box office money. If it cost $100 million and we make around $100 million, yeah, you might have broke even, but you didn't do that good. Like, you need to be able to like double, triple, or even quadruple or more that amount of money that you spent on the budget to actually make in the box office. Like, Fast and Furious movies probably cost around $100 million to make, but they still make like $1 billion each one comes out. So they're like multiplying it by 10, to actually make the benefit and a profit off the money. So yeah, I would rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning film. So thank you for those questions. So now we're going to go ahead into a drink review. Yes, I have two separate drinks right here. These drinks were actually purchased by my mother this past week. They are sparkling ice. If you go to the Toddcast Instagram page, you will actually see a picture of these two drinks. They're both the same thing, both sparkling ice, just two separate flavors. The first one I'm going to try is orange mango flavored. It is flavored sparkling water. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I don't like sparkling water, but okay. So let's go ahead and screw off the top. Oh, that was nice. Oh, it smells amazing. It kind of smells like soap. So, can you hear me smelling it? It smells pretty good, I gotta say. Here, can you smell it? It smells good, don't it? So orange mango, 0 sugar with vitamins and antioxidants. That usually means it's not going to taste good. But I'm gonna try both of them here. So sparkling ice, orange mango flavored sparkling water. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Here we go. Oh. Y'all know that if you've ever had sparkling water before, you just know that experience and moment I just had that you heard. That you know what I'm talking about. So I want to try it a couple more times just to give it a real authentic taste, I guess. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, first off, it's sparkling water, and I don't like sparkling water, personally. Nothing against people who like it, but why would you do that? Sparkling ice, I've seen a commercial for these actually a couple times in the past. It's that sparkling part. If it didn't have the carbonation of sparkling water, I would probably like this, because it would just be straight up orange flavored water. It looks cool. It looks good. It kind of tastes good. Like, not gonna lie, it somewhat tastes good because of the orange flavor. I love orange flavored stuff. Like, I love orange juice and The flavor of this is pretty good. But I would not. I gotta think here. Would I try this again? That's the real question I'm thinking about. Let me try it one more time. I can't decide. Like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead out of the score from 0 to 100 with no decimals. Sparkling Ice Mango, orange mango flavor is going to get a solid 64. One, it's not the best thing I've ever had, straight up, because it's either Diet Coke or any brand of root beer, to be honest. Orange mango sparkling ice, it tastes good because you can taste the orange, and the orange mango flavor overpowers the carbonation of the sparkling water, the sparkling part. It's still good. I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, I would drink it again once you get over that actual the sparkling, the sparkling part is kind of good. But yeah, so I would probably try it again. I mean, so next up, we're going to go ahead and try Sparkling Ice Kiwi Strawberry flavor. That's right. So Kiwi Strawberry, I've had different strawberry flavored things before. It is raining pretty hard out there currently. I feel like it rains every day, by the way. I better not get wet when I go out there. So Kiwi Strawberry Sparkling Ice. I'm going to go ahead and pop the top, if you will. Oh, that was very nice. And I apologize if you can hear me swallowing or whatever with the drinks. It's a very good microphone, if you didn't know. That's why I was picking up everything. So, Sparkling Ice, Kiwi Strawberry flavor. Let's go ahead and give this a try and see how you rank up against the Orange Mango flavor right now. Okay. Oh, that was something there. Something in the back of the throat there. Okay. It's not as strong as the orange one, honestly. I'm thinking here. This is a good one. Alright. So, it's not as strong as the orange mango flavor. And what I mean by that is that the kiwi strawberry actual flavor does not pop up and show up as more or as much as the orange mango flavor does. It still has that sparkling punch to it that just boom, like you're drinking carbonated water. It's still got a good strawberry hint taste to it, like just a hint. I don't know what a kiwi tastes like. I've never eaten an actual kiwi. I don't know what kiwi flavor. I've had strawberry kiwi, Capri Suns, and that's actually my favorite flavor of Capri Sun. But kiwi strawberry, or strawberry kiwi, whichever way you want to put it, I don't think I've had that combination besides Capri Sun, honestly. I mean, there's different stuff, like they say strawberry kiwi goes good together, but this is like the second thing ever that I've tried that's this combination. It's definitely lower than the orange mango because the orange pops up more. There's more orange flavor in the drink. So kiwi strawberry, I got to give you just a straight up 60 because you're still not that bad. But if I had to choose between you two now, I would definitely choose the orange one now that I know. Oh, it's thundering outside. I don't even know if I get these again. If I did get it again, I'd get the orange one. But overall, they're not that bad, honestly. They're not as bad as I thought it was going to be because normally when I have sparkling water, like it's just awful because of how sparkling it is. Like how much of the sparkle like that you're getting, you know. So, Sparkling Ice Orange Mango 64 and Sparkling Ice Kiwi Strawberry is a 60. So, yeah, and that's how the ratings stand. So, with all that being said, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Like I said before, if you have a drink or candy you would like for me to review, go ahead to my YouTube channel and comment on one of the many couple videos that are there. Just comment. You can say drink dash and then list it, or you can put candy and then put like a semicolon and a type of candy you would like for me to review. Also, if you have a question that you would like for me to answer on an episode in the future, go ahead and you can comment that down there as well. So, as always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And make sure you follow the Toddcast only on Instagram for updates and for pictures to see pictures of me and the guests, and also pictures of the drinks or candy or the thing I reviewed that week at _Toddcast_, only on Instagram, of course. And make sure you tell your friends and your family to give it a listen. And thank all of you for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, you're just going to have to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.